Hello, everybody. This is Tom Eckert here. You're listening to my podcast, Numerology, a GPS for the Soul. This is your place to learn about the true power of numerology and how to use it to bring out the best in yourself, understand your loved ones better, take wise decisions, and prepare for your future. In other words, how to live your life aligned with your true destiny. Take your time to educate yourself and share these podcasts with your friends and family so they too can enjoy the great benefits of numerology. Enjoy! Hello there, and welcome to all my beloved listeners. Today, I have decided to do yet another episode about 2025. I had so much to say after last episode, and I felt that I didn't do justice to 2025. So today, we're jumping into part 2, coping with an ever-increasing speed. That's what I named it. But before anything else, first of all, I want to apologize if you can hear I'm a bit sniffly. I might be coughing or sneezing. I will have to sip from my tea from time to time. I'm recording a little bit sick, but I'm not going to miss an episode for you guys. So here we are. If you're new here, welcome to this podcast. In this podcast, we discuss numerology as a path for inner transformation, for spiritual growth, maturation, self-understanding. I attempt to make numerology accessible and applicable for everyday life matters, and I do my best to provide you with grounded information so you can apply numerology in order to live your life from a better place, from a more conscious space, in a more balanced way, aligned with your soul, with your true purpose. Now, before I go any further, I also want you to know that I'm going to be taking part in a spiritual summit calling Elevated Existence Summit. I took part in it a year ago, and I want to invite you to participate. There are going to be many spiritual experts in many fields, and I will be one of those. It lasts for 3 months, and it is completely free to join. But more details about this in the end of the episode. Now, furthermore, here are a few ways you can dive deeper into numerology should you wish to do so. First and foremost, you can book a numerology reading with me. In a reading, you can ask any question that is burning in your life and get precise answers. You can read more about my readings and contact me through the link in the episode description to book your reading with me. Now, if you wish to study numerology on a deeper level or even pursue it as a career, I invite you to check out my numerology study paths. First of all, check out my self-study numerology courses where you can learn the fundamentals of numerology. And now I've just launched a new course about number combinations, the first course ever to be made about this topic in the world of numerology. These courses you can study at your own pace, on your laptop, your mobile device, or your tablet. However, if you want to take numerology to a completely different level of mastery, you can sign up to my complete path of certification from beginner all the way to numerology expert and get certified as a professional numerologist. Again, to read more about both study paths, check out the links in the episode description. Again, my apologies for the sniffling. So, in the previous episode, I spoke about the great potentials 2025 holds in store for us. I mentioned the shadow side in passing. But after I released the episode, I realized there's more to say, and that this part 2 is simply inevitable. It was really called for. In this episode, I will try to point out some of the obstacles we will face as a collective and how we need to approach them in the light of this upcoming year. Now, 2025 being a 9-year within an important time, an important context of settling into the energies of the new millennium, the double twos, right? The 2 of the 2000s and the 2 of the 20s is both promising and demanding. The premise is basically this. If you want to soar higher, you must give up on something. There must be some kind of sacrifice. But there's a catch. You must be clear about what soaring higher, quote unquote, means and what needs to be given up. It's easy to get it wrong and unintentionally get entangled in the frantic roller coaster of speedy advancement that in and of itself has no purpose and goal. This year, perhaps more than any other time until now, we will have to learn what it means to prioritize. Highlight, 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 prioritize. We will have to face the truth of what makes us sick as individuals and as a society, and what makes us happy and healthy, and learn to draw clear lines between the two. Now, as I mentioned in the previous episode, we are dealing with two very strong energies working together this year, namely the 9 and the 11 too. These energies bring everything to new peaks, speeds, and is also speeding everything up. And might, as previously mentioned, bring many incredible breakthroughs and advancements in science, technology, medicine, and energy. And yet, these two energies don't guarantee that they will be used with good intention. In fact, one thing that is already happening and will increase throughout 2025 is the unbelievable speed with which technology is advancing. But the question is, where is it all going? Why are we developing ever faster technologies? Are they even working in our favor? Do they make us healthy? Or are we very often becoming their slaves? It is very tempting to entertain ourselves with social media and AI tools and I don't know what, new gadgets like fitness trackers and so on. But let's be honest. Does social media make us more social? Does AI make us more, well, intelligent? Do fitness trackers make us healthier and more committed to our well being? You see, 9 and 11 too also force us to deal with truth, capital T, and ask serious questions. Why are we doing what we're doing? Is it serving anything of benefit? You see, 2025 will stretch us to a new limit and make it almost impossible not to ask these questions if we want to maintain our healthy, our health and our sanity. Now, on some level, we will have to ask ourselves, where is this all going? You see, 9 and 11 are numbers of truth and higher purpose. When misused, they will keep increasing their speed, magnitude, and impact of systems that are not serving anything good necessarily. Pardon me. In other words, they will serve unconscious ideals and purposes. Interestingly, 9 and 11 too also have to do with justice. And this, my friends, will be very important to each and every one of you. You will have to make a verdict between right and wrong. For example, do you want to let AI substitute all your creative thinking processes just because it's, well, fast and efficient? Or would you rather take your time, be slower, but enjoy a happy and creative brain, uh, you know, energy, and simply the creative process itself? Sipping from my tea so I don't keep coughing. Don't start coughing. Now, AI in and of itself is just a tool. But right now, we don't have any clear purpose with these technologies. Yes, of course, some people say, oh, we can do this and that. We can, you know, create great leaps in our medical system. And I even mentioned that because I believe it will happen. But I believe that there's a lot of development happening without clear goals, right? So we are just in a race to make them stronger and stronger. That's why during 2025, you will have to take the reins into your hands and draw clear lines and also decide what makes you truly happy, sane, and peaceful, and learn to utilize advancement in your favor and not let it use you. Now, as we look deeper into 9 and 11.2, we will also be faced with another important theme. Whether we can differentiate true from untrue on various levels. The most superficial level has to do with stuff like fake news, fake posts, fake videos, fake content versus real content, news, etc. It's going to be increasingly hard to, maybe potentially impossible to differentiate between those. That will require of us to rethink what sources we get our information from. Secondly, and perhaps even more importantly, is the deeper level of truth. The 9 and 11, in the face of all the developments and increasing velocity of everything, will require of us to look deeper within ourselves and determine what in our lives is of true value and what is of passing value, transient value. What are those things that give us true and lasting value? Happiness, love, peace of mind, connection with nature, family, friends, and so on, versus things that shine but are empty and devoid of real value, and eventually even draw us away from what is truly good for us. Now, before I keep talking any further, if you're enjoying this podcast and you want to keep learning more grounded, applicable, high quality numerology, make sure to click the follow or subscribe button and turn on the notifications bell on the platform you're listening from, and make sure to become part of my numerology community. Also, make sure to check out the comment section and leave a comment on an episode you liked, share your thoughts, and even ask questions. It's a great opportunity to connect with me directly, and I always attempt to answer all serious questions and comments. If you're not finding a comment section on the platform you're listening from, I really suggest going into my YouTube channel and communicating with me through that channel. You can also do so on Spotify. Okay, sip from my tea. You see, when light is amplified, right? And that's what we're looking at in 2025. Light is amplified with the 9 and the 11 too. Then what happens is that both the good and the bad are amplified. On the one hand, we can see and experience the good significantly more. On the other hand, the bad and the ugly is also shown on and is therefore much more visible, much more out there. Just imagine, right? Switching on the light in the room, you see the beautiful design and you also see the dirt on the floor. Now, what's so tricky about the bad, quote unquote, is that it doesn't seem bad on the face of it. It's not like, the orcs from the Lord of the Rings, like very ugly and barbarous monsters. The bad in this case will seem innocent and helpful, right? Yet another technology offering to help you, another supplement offering to make you live longer and make your skin young forever. Another amazing social media platform that makes your face look even younger than Instagram and Snapchat and whatnot when you post your posts. It seems so fun and so cute and so harmless. But the 9 and the 11 too will push us to ask some deeper questions about our values. What is truly good and what is truly bad? What is truly beneficial and what is actually, in the end of the day, pretty destructive? So, again, as I mentioned earlier, this year we will need to draw clear lines, and this will keep being the case in the coming years. Now, we are led by the 20 energy. 20 is from the 2020, 20 in the beginning. And it's a 2 amplified by a 0. Okay, and it means it's a very heightened 2 energy. And this is even amplified to a higher scale throughout this decade because we have the 2020s. So there's a double 2, and one of those 2 has a 0 after it. So a lot of strong 2 energy. And the 2 energy is gentle and caring on the one hand, but confusing and destabilizing on the other. It is, after all, the symbol of duality. Number 2, it can be the force that unifies duality, bringing the 2 into unity, or the force that creates further separations. We have been seeing increasing polarization worldwide since we've been moving into the 2000s and even more in the last decade. And indeed, this fits very well the energy of the 2. A unity being split into duality. Now, our job in the long haul is to see how dualities can be united, how people with different opinions, cultures, backgrounds, and even political agendas or perspectives can live under one big umbrella of love and of humanness. It's not an easy task, but that's the task of our time. Okay, I'll take a sip of tea, my friends. So the 2 brings out everyone's emotions. That's really something that's increasing in our times. And they become very important, or they seem very important to us, thus highlighting the difference between us and placing us in seemingly opposing camps. I feel this and I feel that. No, what you feel is not right. What I feel is right, right? That's what's happening to us. And while this is happening, our job is to bridge and unite, which is the true power of the 2 energy. And so in this context, the 9 and 11 too, throughout 2025 will compel us to start working harder in that direction of unification, of a wiser perspective on how to work with differences. They want us to grow up and mature, my friends. This is 9 and 11 too. Grow up and mature. And in the current context, they want us to mature emotionally and realize the real place of emotions. Emotions make life colorful, but they are not reflective of the truth with a capital T. And so, as long as we keep giving too much space to our emotions as the barometer for truth, everything will be very volatile and untrustworthy and separative. So, hopefully, the 9 and the 11 too will compel all of us more and more to grow up and see that there are deeper truths that unify us and that they are more important than being apart. Now, as we look at number 9, there's one last theme I'd like to talk about. It has to do with mastery. As things progress and offer us increasingly more powerful technological tools, we must be clear who's the master and who's the servant. If we make technology our master, we will be increasingly unhappy and forget our true intelligence and light. However, if we make ourselves the masters of technology, making intelligent, wise, and measured use of it, it will be a wonderful experience with many merits, as described in detail in the previous episode about 2025, part 1. A master doesn't take anything for granted, but moves and acts consciously. It's nice that we have technologies that provide us with faster output, but only if we remember that it's only nice and good when it's used in service of what makes us happy and not in order to replace our intelligence, our love to our friends, attention to details, and enjoyment of the beauty of life, of nature, and companionship. It's great that AI can help organize content, but it's not great if we use it to talk to a dead robot instead of learning to interact with another living soul, another living being. So, the 9 calls us to become masters of our destiny and not get carried away. I do believe we are headed in a direction of increasing light and goodness. I do want to say that. Now, even if we have to experience temporary hardships, as we progress, it's important to be aware of the pitfalls and potential dangers and commit ourselves to acting consciously and remembering what is essential and what is trivial. Now, I mentioned the spiritual summit that I want to invite you to in the beginning of this episode. And indeed, I'm one of the featured speakers in this annual online event, now in its 12th season. It's called the Elevated Existence Summit, which gathers top experts in mind, body healing, opening intuition, and manifesting to help you get unstuck and grow in the direction that is precious for you in this new year. Now, it's hosted by Tammy Mastroberti, and Tammy is a lovely, talented, connected woman. She's a #1 best-selling author of the award-winning book, The Universe is Talking to You. You're welcome to check her out. This book teaches people how to tap into the higher helpline of the universe to get guidance, answers, and signs to move forward. Now, she created this event 12 years ago to help you gain access to simple and effective tools, techniques, inspiration to get positive change and create positive change and forward momentum in all areas of your life. Now, it's totally free to listen and starts on January 14th. Now, yours truly will be giving his live talk on January 21st. So, one of the first guests. So, if you want to hear me live talking about a very fascinating topic, I'm not going to reveal what it is, then join us. Now, Tammy's annual summit brings together 20 plus top experts, including myself, in the following areas, just so you have a little bit of an idea. We got mind body healing, we got enhancing and opening intuition, mastering and manifestation, rewiring the brain, removing limiting beliefs and blocks, uncovering signs from the universe, and much more. So again, the summit runs from January 14th through April 3rd, 2025, with only 2 live interviews per week and a 48-hour replay period, so you can truly catch every interview. Plus, each speaker gives away a free gift and a special offer you can't find anywhere else. So make sure to check it out, and to register for free and join this exciting summit, use the link in the episode description. And my friends, First of all, I apologize for all this sniffling. I'm a little bit sick, but as I said, I'm not going to miss an episode for you guys. So a little bit of sniffling, a little bit of throat clearing, and some tea sipping, but that's what we got. And before I wrap this up, if you are enjoying this podcast, if you appreciate what you receive here, make sure to click the follow or subscribe button, smash the notifications bell, make sure to be part of my community on any platform you're listening from. Remember also to check out the comment section, leave a comment, communicate with me, share your thoughts, ask your questions. It's an opportunity to connect. I always attempt to answer the comments. Again, I think the best place to communicate is via YouTube or Spotify, where you definitely have a comment section. Don't forget to check out my professional numerology readings, a great way to get to know yourself and numerology. And of course, check out my self-study numerology courses and my in-depth numerology certification studies if you want to acquire deeper mastery of numerology. My friends, it's been a joy despite the sniffling and despite everything. I hope you got some more food for thought about 2025, and it'll make you a little bit more ready to step into this beautiful new time and new year. And as always, I wish you well, and I'll see you in the next episodes. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you did, and you want to go deeper into numerology, check out my website, tom-eckert.com. You can also book a numerology reading or even study numerology yourself through my courses. I'll see you in the next episode.